Hey everyone, Greta here. Today I'll be sharing with you how to do a shoulder stand with the body straight. Now this is a request from someone and I thought, oh, that's a very interesting question because I've never really thought about it. Reason is because I've never really seen myself before in a shoulder stand. I don't know, I've never filmed myself before, so I was never fully aware of it. But since there's this question, I thought, why not? Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. Let's rewind a bit. Shoulder stand, again, from the outside, it looks extremely simple. I know that a few people are actually quite intimidated to do shoulder stand because they feel like they're gonna flip over or their neck is gonna snap. However, a large population is quite okay with doing this inversion, and because again this inversion appears to be so simple that rarely there are any explanations to get people to how to do it, and there is another situation where not everyone likes to do shoulder stands because they feel afterwards, or if they stay in the shoulder stand for too long, they feel like the back of the neck would feel very achy, and because there's so many different elements in the shoulder stand, again, something looks simple doesn't mean it's easy. It actually requires quite a bit of effort and quite a bit of awareness to do it in order to feel pain-free, i.e. the back of the neck feeling okay. That's because you need to press with the shoulders. So actually the shoulder stand on its own, it feels like, yeah, you're just kind of standing on your shoulders, nothing a lot is happening, you kind of stack the body on top of the shoulders. But realistically speaking, or in reality, when you're doing this shoulder stand, it actually resembles quite a bit of a back bend. And the back bend is not wheel pose or bow pose or locust pose. It's more like the bridge pose and the reverse tabletop or the reverse plank pose. Because for the shoulders, you need to be able to open, to press down, so that to give you a lot more support. So not collapsing, the shoulders don't round forward, rather it wants to kind of push away from one another. And also to answer the question, how to have a straight spine, is because a lot of people, when they go up into a when they go up into a shoulder stand, they just kind of collapse there. Or they just kind of hang out, not exactly collapse, just kind of hang out. There will be a pike. So the butt's gonna kind of drop to the end of the mat. So that's why when you see a lot of people doing the shoulder stand, the hips tend to be at a pike. It cannot be straight. So going back to the shoulder stand resembling more of a bridge pose and a reverse plank or reverse tabletop, you need a lot of the hip extension in order to get a straight line shoulder stand. Now, is a straight line really that important? No, but it's always nice to kind of understand what's causing the shape of the body. Why is the body looking like this in a particular form, if you understand what I mean. So today we're going to take a look at how to get the hips to not pike so that your line could be straight in the shoulder stand. And of course, you also need the support of your hands, the placement of the hands. That will also help you to get a better line in the shoulder stand. For me, it's more like knowing where to put the weight in the body. So when you finish doing the shape, you don't feel uncomfortable, and uncomfortable in a way that you know that it's something that's missing, that's not creating that comfort or creating that ease. That makes any sense. Okay, so what I was saying just now was the shoulder stand similar to the bridge and the reverse plank. So if you want to, you can do a bridge pose and also a reverse plank or reverse tabletop. Plank will be actually more similar to the shoulder stand. So for bridge, okay, you want to be able to press the front hip bones up to the sky, kind of creating more like a diagonal line. So if you're just kind of sinking down here, if your butt is sinking down low, you're not using a lot of effort with the press up, i.e. the hip extension. You're just kind of letting the hips fall. Okay, so you might want to just, stay for a little while in bridge just to feel the front hip bones want to elevate it up to the sky so that you can feel, okay, oh, my glutes, my butt muscles need to engage, and also my hamstrings need to engage in order to, support the elevation of the hips. Another one is the reverse plank. Of course, you can do reverse tabletop, but again, the plank would resemble a bit more to the actual shoulder stand because of the shape of the legs. So for this one, it requires even a lot more. When you're in a reverse plank, you want to feel the legs kind of rolling in. So you want to feel the big toes want to plant down towards the mat. Shoulders rolling back. So this really resembles the shoulder stand. Instead of collapsing the shoulders forward, because again, when we shoulder stand, we tend to dump a lot of weight in the shoulders, roll them back, and then you lift. And also you need to use quite a bit of leg power and the hips to lift it up. Maybe look at the sky, maybe looking back. So again, notice, I need to engage my butt, I need to feel the hips moving up to the sky. How much muscle engagement, how much body awareness you need to feel, you need to have in order to do that actual shape. Both the bridge pose and the reverse plank, they have one common trait, is that they are having the feet pressing the floor away. So there's something you think that you can press against or press from, so it's easy to know what to activate. But once your legs are in mid-air, then it's a lot harder. So you really need to, kind of connect to your glutes, to your butt, what they need to do to help to lift the hips. So now we're going to do everything in a shoulder stand. When you are approaching shoulder stand, make sure your neck feels okay, shoulders feel alright, nothing too strenuous, and make sure you can breathe. Of course, you can put a few blankets, acting more like a support so that you don't feel too much pressure in the back of your neck. This is something that we will talk about in another episode. So for today, it's just going to focus on the hips. Alright, so, I need to move my mic. Because if not, then I would just kind of, squeeze or kind of flatten my microphone. Okay, so once you're here, some people like to enter shoulder stand from plow, whatever that works, and I'll do plow because I kind of like it that way. Okay, so from plow, you need to feel the front shoulders pressing away so that the back of the shoulders could press down. And I like to kind of walk my arms in a bit and then lift the hips up, engage your lower abs, hands supporting the lower back. And once they are on my lower back, I'm sorry if I sound funny, I want to feel the palms are guiding the spine along up to the sky. All this time, the front shoulders remain broad. And then if I could shimmy the elbows in, that would be great. And then from here, one leg up, one leg up. Okay, you want to feel the feet together. And if I don't do anything to support it, my butt's gonna sink. Something that I don't want. Elbows in, hands supporting the mid-back now, guiding the spine up to the sky, engage my glutes, and feel the front hip bones pressing towards the direction to my crown of the head. And just stay here. Okay, guiding up, shoulders pressing down, elbows pressing down, front shoulders wide, front hips open, pressing towards the end of the mat, and just stay. And once you're all ready to come out of it, do it with some control so you don't flop down. And then maybe some neck sways to release any possible pressure there. There will be a bit of pressure, but shouldn't be anything too intense. If I have a choice, I would always enter shoulder stand from plow. And there's just more time for me to get set up instead of just having the legs swung up to the sky. So yeah, I mean, that's just a very personal preference. For shoulder stand, it requires a lot of effort to do it. And you want to feel that starting from the mid-back all the way to the toes, everything wants to be lifted up, guided up to the ceiling. So even with the hands supporting your back, for me, when I do it, I just don't hold the back up. Rather, I always feel that there's a gentle pressure helping my spine to keep lengthening up to the sky. Again, because it's such a weight-bearing shape and the body's heavy, if I don't have this direction of lift, then the back would tend to just kind of sit on the palms, and then the hips is gonna heavy and they're just gonna sit, and that would create a very deep pike in my back. Again, it's not a bad thing, but I just don't like it because it feels very heavy, and I don't want to stay in a shoulder stand for too long if I'm in that shape. So that's it for my sharing for today. Hope it's helpful to you. Please like the video and share it, and subscribe to my channel, and of course, practice with me, people. I teach online and in person. If you're interested in learning anything about yoga, you can DM me either on Facebook and IG, and I'll get back to you ASAP. Take it easy.